Good morning, it's day 43 on trail. I have left the shelter. So after taking a 0 at a shelter, which was my first time ever doing that, I am out hiking today. Now, if the weather holds up, according to what they're saying, it won't rain for another 8 hours. But, oh, I'm sorry, 7 hours. So it'll start raining around 3 o'clock. It's a little after 8 right now. I know that will not give me enough time to go the 15.5 miles to the shelter I was shooting for. So I'm going to go as far, about 7 miles, if that far, but anyway, to a where Interstate 40 and Interstate 70 intersect. See if I can get a shuttle that'll take me into town, and then I'll find a place to stay, hold up there for 2 days. But this morning the weather was showing tomorrow it won't rain. It's going to be dry all day, and then the severe thunderstorms are coming in Friday. If that holds to be true, then I will attempt to make it to that shelter. I'll just be soaking wet by the time I get there, get set up. Then Thursday I could hike the 10 miles to the Penmar Road, which is the Pennsylvania-Maryland border area, and get a ride into town where there is a Days Inn hotel. Then I would just go ahead and stay there all day Friday until the thunderstorm passes, then come back out Saturday and pick up. So, until I have a really good signal, all I can do all day long is just keep checking the weather and see what they're showing. But as for today, right now you can see the trail's pretty good. I mean muddy, but there aren't rocks right now. And I'm hoping I can average close to 2 miles an hour and maybe get to the shelter just a little bit after the rain starts. Or maybe it'll hold off and not start till 4 or 5 o'clock. That would be nice. But it is very muddy out here. I don't know how slippery it's going to be. There are a lot of leaves. We know they can get very slippery when wet. And when you can't see if there's rocks or roots under all the mud and the leaves, that's when you start falling. Now, there is a park a couple miles up from here where I am right now. I'm going to stop off there, drop off my trash, and go ahead and drop my trash off. And that way I can lighten my load just a little bit. But lighten it a little bit. And you can tell sometimes the trail is a little bit of a river, and sometimes it's just plain a mud pit. So it has rained. It rained over 24 straight hours. A tree did fall last night. I could hear it, heard the cracking, and then you could hear the boom. It's amazing how loud it is when it hits the ground. Just kind of scared me. So it was about 1 o'clock in the morning. Scared me a little bit. Just wondering how many more we're going to go down. No high winds. It's just that with the roots of these trees are now, I don't know, so loose, I guess, from all the water. I'm not sure what the proper way to say it is. But just keep an ear and eye out for anything that might look like it's starting to fall. No high winds right now, like I said earlier, and there might be winds a bit later. Could get up to 21 mile per hour winds later today. Again, I'm hoping I can be near or at the shelter by the time all that kicks in. If the terrain stays like this, I'll be pretty good moving along at close to 2 miles an hour, which would include stopping and eating. That would be my average for the day. So right now, all is good. Made it through the night. And I'm really glad I stayed there. I could not believe how hard it was raining. The trail right in front of the shelter became a little river. It just amazing how much water came down. Near here in Wise's Field on the morning of September 14th, 1862, Brigadier General Samuel Garland Jr., CSA of Lynchburg, Virginia, fell mortally wounded while leading his men. This is Wise's Field where Obviously a battle took place. Cross over a road here and continue on to the trail across the way there. Oh, this is part of the, it has here, Civil War Trails, North Carolina South Mountain Monument. You can go up that way to see it, I gather. Okay, this is kind of scary. I think a car is coming. So this is the original Washington Monument before the one in Washington, D.C. was built. But normally there's a view, but as you can see, we are socked in by clouds today. And you can go ahead and stop this when you want to read it. Not a lot, but there's a little bit of a view from up here at this original Washington Monument. We're having 5 days of rain, and right now there's a little break in the rain. But definitely saturated. Alright, I have not looked at the map to see what highway this is, but we are crossing over one of them, and maybe we'll be able to get a trucker to honk for us. You'll have to do the Oh, they're not going to honk for us. Woo! Look at all the padlocks. Look at all these padlocks on here. So the first highway we crossed was Interstate 70. Now we are going underneath Interstate 40. So I think I might take a break under here. Starting to drizzle a little bit, but maybe this would be a good spot to take a break underneath the overpass. Now we've come across the field of ferns. Quite a change from being in the woods, is just to have these big old ferns. Field of them anyway. Well, this is what we're walking through right now after all that rain. We're getting there. This is one of the areas that was barely a little bit of a stream 2 days ago, according to comments on the Far Out app, to this raging little, almost river now because of all the rain we've had. Well, that's pretty cool. And it's not just isolated to that area. It's all down the trail here as well. So you're hiking through part of it, the trail. Well, that's pretty neat. Whoa, I almost fell off the rock. Okay, you go 13 miles of the day and pretty cushion easy. You take a break, you start up, turn a corner, next thing you know, this is like your last 3 miles. All these rocks. This has been, well, okay, well, at least we're now out of the boulder pile. And then to put the feet down somewhere. All right, another small stream that has become a raging stream after all the rain. Oh, well, I just stuck my foot in the water. So, yep, a nice raging little stream there. Awesome. All right, this is day 44 on trail, and starting off our morning, and one of our first climbs, you're seeing the trail is now literally a little river. So here's our Appalachian Trail River. All that rain. It's just been off and on rain for 4 days. It's crazy. But we're continuing to push forth. Right now it's showing no rain today, even though initially it was supposed to be rain in the morning, then stop. Now it's not showing any until later tonight. than what was supposed to be severe thunderstorms Friday. Now they're showing no rain at all on Friday. So I don't understand how a forecast can change that drastically in a day. Oh, we come out of the woods into the meadows and a new realm, as Martian says. We're going into a new realm. That's pretty wild. What are normally some little streams where it's maybe ankle deep to get across has turned into these raging streams. Instead of trying to figure out how to get by, you just go right through it. So there's some rocks, but the current is pretty swift, and as soon as you pick up your foot, it wants to try and knock your feet out from under you. So this was one here, but first one we crossed was over there. So it's kind of neat. The water felt great on my feet though. I'll tell you, that cold water felt really good on my feet. Right, another river crossing we just had. Came from that side over to here. Wasn't too bad. About up maybe mid-calf. There's rocks right along the edge there. Just followed Martian right along that edge, those rocks. That was pretty neat. Again, it feels so good on the feet. And my feet were already dry from the last crossing, so I knew it won't take long for them to dry out again. But this is just amazing. Simply amazing. Pretty cool. Here we are hiking down the Appalachian River again. I'm trying to stay off to the side some, but I'm at a point now where it almost doesn't matter. I might as well just walk right through it. But yeah, the big old river. The sun has come out today, right now. I didn't mind the clouds. Kept the sun off us. It's over. The overcast was nice, but you get the heat from the sun. We only have about 4 miles to our pickup point going into Waynesboro, Maryland, or maybe it's Pennsylvania. I'm not sure which side of the line it's on. But get in there, get to the hotel, get laundry done, get cleaned up, go get some food. It'll be nice. It will be nice. Take a 0 tomorrow and get some good rest. Some of the rocky cherry, I'll try to hold my camera going down. See if I can. Going down here. Definitely nice and slow going. Last thing you want to do is slip on one of these rocks and then fall and hit your head on a rock or your arm, break everything on your body. This must be our introduction to Pennsylvania, that's for sure. Okay, yeah, I'm going to end up putting it away. Follow this down here. Yeah, put the camera away. It's just so hard for the camera to catch it, but you just can't fathom what we are out here trying to climb all these rocks. This is just crazy. Oh my glory. It's very tedious. All right, we're here at Penmar Park. As far as I know, this is what it's called. A beautiful looking park here. The shelter area over there. I'd sleep on those tables with my air mattress if it was pouring rain. If they'd let you.
Oh, look at that.
But a wonderful, oh cool, a wonderful playground. I know my youngest granddaughter would love it here. She's only 3. She'd love this.
Really cool.
There's a scenic, oh there we go. I got a little scenic lookout over that way too. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, this is beautiful. So the sign here says, you are walking on Old Trolley Line, just in back, Jim's popcorn stand, ice cream, hot, cold sandwiches. Besides Jim's was trolley station, also Penmar Post Office. This was in early 1900s. So we left Penmar Park and now we're heading towards Penmar Road. Reached out to one shuttle driver. He doesn't have any openings today for picking us up, so I just sent a text to another, waiting to hear back from her. We already crossed over some railroad tracks. We were about 4 minutes down from the tracks when a train came by. So it was pretty neat that we crossed in time before the train came by. And now we're out here and maybe this is going to be Penmar Road already. There's no way it's been 3/10 of a mile. But we're hoping there'll be a sign letting us know when we're in Pennsylvania. We got Mike and Martian here. Appalachian Trail, Maine to Georgia. Well, it's a beautiful evening here in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. Got in this afternoon. A little later this afternoon we got in. And I say we, it was a guy, Mike, who's out section hiking. It's Martian, who's doing a through hike, and then myself. And we're staying up here at this hotel called the Cobblestone Hotel and Suites. I jammed my foot on one of the rocks, so the inside ankle bone of my left foot is rather sore, and right now I am unable to push off on my toes on my left foot. Beautiful sunset this evening. So came in here taking a 0 tomorrow. Martian and I are taking a 0 tomorrow. His feet are just sore, bothering him. Mike's gonna get back on trail, head north. But see how I feel on Saturday. But it was a beautiful day today. A really beautiful day today. It was about 9.9 miles from the shelter we stayed in last night to get here into town, well, to the pickup point. 4 different shuttle people, never got a ride. So we got about 1.5 miles into town when some guy stopped and actually gave us a ride to the Walmart. Our hotel is literally right behind the Walmart, so it makes it great for our resupply. Tomorrow we'll decide how far we're going. Martian and I, right now we're talking about hiking 14 miles on Saturday to the shelter, then the next day hiking about 4 miles into a pickup point for Fayetteville, Pennsylvania, where there's a hostel, stay at the hostel, and then look to do some slack packing. Since both our feet are hurting, the weight of the packs, maybe doing some slack packing will help out. We'll see, and if not, I'll just stay off, or maybe it'll be time for me to call it and go on home. But again, it was a beautiful day, and it's a lovely, lovely evening out here. Really lovely evening. There are so many rocks on the trail this way, and they're just taking a toll on the feet. It would be fine if they were kind of flat and you could rock hop. That would be awesome. But these seem to be the type of rocks that are more pointed, so you're not able to really stand on them and do rock hopping. You're trying to get around them and fit your feet in between them. And again, I just, my foot just turned outward. No, I guess inward. It turned inward, an inversion, because it's the inside of the ankle bone. You can't really see the bone. There's a bit of swelling there and you can't see the bone anymore. We'll just kind of play it by ear. But it is a beautiful, beautiful evening here. Mountain way up there. Looks like some type of towers at the top of the mountain there. Yeah, beautiful evening.